Alright, so y'all leave Crenshaw at around, imagine noon, probably. It's not like you have a lot of business there now that you investigated the rest of the tunnels beneath the town, and the Disciples of Mercy have head out. So, where are y'all going?
Humboldt. We're going back to Humboldt.
Okay.
Back to our Humboldt beginnings.
But
That doesn't make any sense.
now,
That was the episode one time.
I know.
yeah. Now,
I know it was.
Crenshaw is quite a ways up from your original route, so you're not going to be taking the road you went back. You're kind of taking a loop around back to Humboldt, and it's probably going to take you a couple days to get there. So, what are y'all doing on the journey?
I'm identifying every single magic item we've ever placed our hands on.
Okay.
I am trying to figure out the alchemical properties of demon horse juice.
Alright, what are you doing with it?
Just placing it in various alchemical reagents and seeing, does it burst into flames?
Taste tests.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just reacting with various things that would be universal solvents of alchemy world.
Like water?
Well, I guess solvents isn't the correct word. Just things that have
the staple stuff.
the staple stuff. The things that have very basic characteristics of flame and frost, and seeing how does it react with those.
Okay. So it seems pretty resistant to anything you do to it elementally. With I'm gonna say put a little bit of it in a spoon over a fire or something. You can't really get it to boil. It doesn't really seem to be affected much. If you touch it, I don't know if you do. Hover your hand here or whatever. It does feel like it's gotten really hot, but it's not beginning to fizz or froth or anything. Similar with cold. Can't really see any major changes in it. It changes in it. It stiffens up a little and slows, but it's not any obvious compositional change.
So is this viscous or just a liquid?
And it's kind of an oily viscous.
What happens if I put tellurite in it?
Hold up, sorry. I'm gonna go through my notes real quick. I know that makes for great audio.
Oh no, that size in there now.
No, it's okay. This is
In what form? You just crunching it up and dust it in there?
Make some powdered tellurite and sprinkle it on a corner of it.
And it kind of slides off almost. It's not it doesn't look like it's interacting in any meaningful way.
That's what I would imagine.
Manny, I'd like to do item lore on that mystery horse fluid thing.
Does that mean is that?
I get a cast identify on it technically.
You can just say identify.
Yeah, but it's not. I'm not casting this spell.
My band's name is Mystery Horse Fluid.
I love it.
That's
It's
my
a good one.
And ironically, I love it.
yeah. I need to actually properly get the music, so
How many times a day can you cast that?
18.
So I have 27 side points, which means I can cast it 9 times.
Alright, okay, well don't.
I will.
I mean, you guys still have a couple days of traveling, so. Alright, you're just casting it on the bottle of horse fluid?
Yep.
What are the bounds of that spell? What exactly can you determine
It
from
goes
that?
I learn if it's a magic item or some magic imbued object, I learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any. And I learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. And if the item is created by a spell, I learn which spell created it. And if it's on a creature, I get to learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay, well, I'd say what you learn is that it's this isn't a magical item as much as it's magical detritus. It's, you don't think it's got much of a use. Maybe some powerful alchemist could figure out some way to use it, but this doesn't seem like any sort of straightforward potion ingredient that you could just put to work. It doesn't have any. This isn't something that you would incorporate into a spell, or you can throw it at the ground and have some magical effect. This is rotting flesh. it's a very weird and arcane form of rotting flesh, but it's rotting flesh.
Penelope. It's decaying. It's rotting. So, if you're planning to use it for anything, you should use it rather than...
Actually, let me clarify. When I say rotting flesh, I mean like it doesn't. It's not made of meat. It's not rotting the same way an item would. It's just the idea of it's defunct biological matter in a sense. It's not something that's like necessarily decaying away as we speak, but it's like.
It's not alive.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell Penelope all that information that I just learned.
There you go.
Alright, thank you, Norman. Alright. And then the other thing, I just want to work on the magic items I was telling
Okay,
you
yeah.
about.
I feel like reanimating that would be a very bad idea, so...
Do you want to try?
I mean, I do have a problem with this myself, but I also don't want to unleash a big scary horse demon on the world again. That sounds like a bad idea.
No, it wasn't really a big deal last time,
Yeah.
besides the city disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
We could always use a tiny blob of that and then, like, revive that, because it's a blob.
Maybe if we raise it as our own, it will help us.
I
No.
like Elga's
Please don't do
idea.
that. No, that was a joke.
No,
Please don't do
no,
that.
I can't. I'd have to recast the spell on it every day, and no, that's not what we're doing.
That does sound like a hassle.
Norman? So I found these in the temple, like, from a while ago. I never actually asked, Astaroth to, see what was up with them.
Okay.
Could you check out, the dagger that I got from there? And I had him
Identify on dagger.
that wild dagger.
Describe it.
It was, like, ornate and silver. And it was the one that was inside the elf's stomach.
Oh, well then, yeah. Hold up. The way you say it made it sound like he swallowed it. It was kind of between his ribs. but yeah.
That's fine, like to have.
I feel like they'd have similar effects.
That's how Helga.
Swallowing a dagger and having it embedded in you.
That's Helga's knowledge on human anatomy.
It goes head, neck, shoulders, stomach,
Leg.
leg.
Not even. Nothing else.
Just your long stomachs.
Stomach all the way down.
Notice you never said arms, did you?
That's stomach too.
Those are your movie stomachs.
Hold up. Sorry. That was from like so many sessions ago. I'm gonna see if I can find my notes for it. Have you done anything with that dagger yet?
Not yet.
Alright.
And stay over in that area because I have another thing from there that I forgot to identify.
I thought Elga hated that. Why is she having the idea?
I mean, she wants to know what. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that you don't want to know what it's doing.
Okay, that's fair.
Keep your enemies close, Chang.
And your enemy's closer.
Keep your enemies close and your enemies close.
Just
Keep
like
your friends-
Socrates always said.
Keep your friends close and your magic items that you found in a 3,000-year-old tomb extremely close.
Okay. Sorry, Chang, describe to me what it looks like when Norman casts Identified.
Okay. So, I carefully study an item, and I concentrate for an hour.
I said what it looks like. I know what the spell does.
Okay, so I just kind of just stare at it for an hour, and then it happens.
I like the visual of Norman just kind of like holding it and just like
No, I don't need to touch it, I just kind of stare at it for an hour. It has to do with
you're just
the
sitting
size of
like in the cart in front of you and you just like cross like just walking it.
it. Yeah, but I have to do it for 1 hour straight.
Dear Lord. Alright.
Meditative state.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
most concentrate, I can still do other things.
It's not funny.
what you pick up about this dagger is that it doesn't appear to have any sort of enchantment on it that can help you at present. It's like the way you describe it is as if it were enchanted a long, long time ago, and whatever magic was there has since faded. You can tell it used to be magical.
So it just has remnants of magic, but it's not magic anymore.
It does not seem like you could specifically invoke any sort of spell with it. It is a gorgeous dagger, though.
Okay.
And
This is perfect. This is perfect for you. It does not have any more magic
It used to as remnants of magic, but it's not magical.
Okay, I mean that's alright, yeah, sure. Cool. Can you check out this helmet? It's the vermilion helmet.
Under the same material as your axe.
Mm-hmm. Mage Slayer helmet. I headbutt I headbutt magic boys to death.
That's what I want to die.
So,
I can do that.
as it stands, you've been staring at various items for 3 hours now, uninterrupted.
It's on extension 9.
Oh god.
Dear God. So, this kind of dark red metal gleams weirdly in the sunlight, same as the axe does. And, this you pick up to be called a Helm of Resistance. I don't know how this would translate to in-game, but the mechanic there is that it gives you advantage on any, saving throw against any mind-based checks, like against, like, magic that targets, like, magic that requires, like, intelligence or wisdom checks.
Not charisma?
Case by case.
Okay.
Saves.
Does it
Oh,
require
yeah, it
attunement?
gives you, advantage on saves.
Alright.
What?
It doesn't require attunement.
Yes.
Can I?
Hold up.
Is it just on saving throws?
Yeah, I think so. Would Helga be able to wear this without it taking away her unarmored defense?
It's a helmet, so
'Cause
you'd
It's
probably be
it's
fine.
just a hat, but kind of heavy.
That's tough.
Because it does protect your brain, but it also protects your brain.
You know, let me look up unarmored defense real quick.
Counts as a piece of armor.
It is a piece of armor, but like within the universe, it seems wild that just covering your head would get rid of all of your unarmored defense.
Yeah, it's like I'd stab you in the ribs. You don't suddenly have armor.
Well, like, if you think about it as in, like, helmets, they block, like, visual perception, then that would, like, might remove danger sense that barbarians have.
So, unarmored defense states, while you are not wearing any armor, your armor class equals yada yada.
Well, there you have it.
can use a shield and still gain this
Yeah,
benefit.
but I'm allowed to use a shield. In a way, that's just a shield for the head.
Ingenious! I'm afraid not.
Damn.
I mean, you can still wear
A
it.
shield for the head, a shield for the body, feet, hands, you know?
What would my AC? Because currently my AC is an 18 from having a +3 in Dex, +3 or +4 in Con, and a +1 because I'm using 2 one hand or 2
Yeah.
like I'm dual wielding, right? What would it be if I put on the helmet?
I think it would just be +1.
Big numbers wise.
So it would be 14.
Damn.
You can
I
still,
guess 15 because of
you can still,
my dual wielding.
you know, you can still like attune to it, but you just don't put it on most of the time. You just put it on when you're like scared of being mentally attacked.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sleep with them on.
Yeah.
That's a terrible.
I mean, sure. That sounds uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
I assume do it every
So-
night.
Yeah, Norman tells Helga the details of this Helm of Resistance.
I'll just put it away for now. I don't really, you know.
You can sleep with it if you
I don't want to put, I don't want to sleep with this thing on. That sounds uncomfortable and weird.
Wait, okay. Important question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to wear this on your head for it to do that? Like, can I just wear it on my, arm?
Can I use it as a
Have you
pauldron?
tried?
Well, I can't.
Well, I mean, Helga is the one that has it, and Helga and Norman are the only one who knows about this effect.
Okay, but I'll try, but it seems weird.
Helga,
So
you've
I
got
attune to the
attune.
helmet.
Okay.
So, I guess, how does that translate? You just spend kind of like an hour-ish,
I just-
kind of like vibing with it.
Yeah, sit there, I'm like,
You blink magical energies.
Norman tells Helga how to attune to it.
Okay.
Does Norman know how to tune things?
She has
Norman
to
does know how to
identify
do
on it.
Yes, but
It will tell you how to attune to it, wait a minute.
Norman knows how to do things. So,
and I put it on my shoulder, like a weird pauldron.
And what?
It's now on your
Norman
shoulder.
Arcana, so it
Do I feel any different?
you don't feel any different.
I put it on my head. Do I feel any different?
It's hard to say whether or not you like actually do it, or if it's just kind of like a placebo thing. There's like if there's a difference, it's minute enough that it's like hard to detect. But like maybe you definitely feel safer.
I feel as though I feel safer yet. I feel 15% more available to attack.
Yeah. You don't really like how it blocks out your peripheral vision.
I don't. It sucks. I take it off.
Yeah. Okay.
I put it in my pack.
Yeah, you're like. I imagine you're fairly familiar with like armor and such. It's like it feels to you more like a soldier's helmet than an individual fighter's helmet. So it's not exactly ideal for like the kind of combat you often do, but could come in handy at some point.
Right? I'd like to cast Identify again, but this time I'm staring at Jared.
Alright, you psychopath. So,
I feel like as the hour goes on, Jared's just like so more and more
Jerry's just like trying to be polite. He's like looking at his book, and occasionally he's like glances toward Norman and is still staring at him, just dead-eyed.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, I forgot to mention, Helga. You haven't really like taken these things out and examined them for like any like extreme period of time under the sunlight before, but now that you're just kind of like holding this helm for a while. And it's like, the metal has this weird quality to it. It's like, it almost feels greasy, but it's not like there's anything on it. It's just like, it's got this quality where it almost feels smooth enough that it is. So it's just like, it's weird. It doesn't really feel or like behave like any metal you've encountered.
Does my
before.
axe have the same feeling?
Yes.
Does it feel worse?
It feels alluring.
Hi. Well, I mean, yeah, there's grease. How can it anyway?
Anyway.
I'm just getting a Laura flashback.
So
Love
you're casting
grease.
Identify on Jared?
So I did learn that
Not even on my dope ass staff.
what spells, if any, are currently attacking it.
Okay, so
Oh.
Yeah.
you're like staring at Jared. You're not staring at him like this fucking hot sun. Even though it's like a kind of colder period of the year, as it's autumn, as you're staring at Jared, like this like sun is just kind of beating down on you, despite it being autumn, which is one of the cooler times of the year, as you all well know. It's just like distracting, and it's hot, and you can feel like sweat dripping down your neck. And as you just like stare at him and stare at him and stare at him, you feel like something kind of weird. Like there's almost this brain fog.
Should I roll a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration?
You know what? Sure, yeah.
This is my fourth time doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's gonna be a 2.
Yeah,
You
so
die.
like you're watching him and watching him, and suddenly there's like this like kind of stabbing feeling. And you just get this like horrific headache. Just this like really like pounding, like searing pain in your head.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just like die of floating disease.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm assuming I still lose the 3 side points.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to Jared and be like, Jared,
Yes.
can I see the horse skull that I determined was magical previously?
Sure thing. Oh yeah, I do still have that.
Sure
thing.
Yep. I have recently gained the ability to identify objects.
Ooh, can you identify the staff for me?
After wait an hour.
Alrighty then.
Okay. So I'll wait an hour. I spend another hour identifying the horse skull.
Okay. So yeah, you just like keep staring at this horse skull for literally an hour, and you eventually determine it's a horse skull. Like, it's the same vibes you got off that dagger. It was enchanted, but whatever it was, it's broken. Like,
But it absorbed matter.
it did, back when it was part of a living being.
Oh yeah.
Back when it was essentially the mouthpiece of a thing that moved and lived.
We'll keep that just in case.
What are you up to, Penelope?
Well, so I'm doing the enchantment, but Jared knows the cantrip. Would that decrease the enchantment cost?
That's what
I do actually. I took it with my level.
So by how much would it decrease it?
10.
Oh, perfect.
So, before we get to like continue traveling, and anything else any of you guys are doing on this long trek out?
Oh, I need to identify way more objects.
Dear God.
As it is, I'm just gonna kind of, study up my necromancy now that I can do it.
As you do.
Also notice I'm gonna pull out Shadow and Bone and give that a read through again.
Okay.
Add some notes, the usual.
You're adding notes, okay.
I think I've done that in one of my read-throughs before, but it's been a while since I've added to it, and since I can.
Describe your notes. Are they boring? Are they fun?
Yeah, I think they're fun. I think in part I like to respond to some of the other notes left in the margins by other people that have read the book, as well as kind of leaving my own notes and experiences and stuff. And I think I also take down some notes about this horse creature and kind of how it's staged to the skull and stuff, and this might have a tie to. I'm getting to the fun magic stuff.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I tell Jared that what the horse, the magical properties of the horse skull.
Here, identify this fever for me.
Okay.
I just want to know the 6 bucks I get.
Okay. I've spent a total of 6 hours.
Oh my god.
Actually, we're saving that for later, because as hour 6 approaches, you guys roll towards a small town.
I would just like to say, in the meantime, while Norman was doing this thing, I was gonna be hunting and stuff in the local wilderness.
Okay. Just kind of alongside the cart. Or...
Yeah, I was gonna say I used my normal bow for a bit, but then I started to look over at my tracking bow,
Oh, survival.
the silver one. Oh no, I don't have my dice out yet.
Better.
Take the gear. Alright, let's try this bad boy. Oh, that's gonna be a fat 21.
Alright,
22,
so, you guys are, you're still, pretty close to the road, because you don't want to get out of sight of the cart.
Mhm.
But, I think you're pretty lucky in that as you, stalk through the brush, you see an elk who has wandered unfortunately close to the road.
You're gonna
I
get
Roll
lose.
attack.
Awesome.
Roll initiative.
Can I attack twice? Because I do have that. I have extra attack.
You're running towards it and hitting it with your axe?
No.
And
like-
your Oh, you can do that with the bow as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
That's gonna be neither are great rolls. One is
It is 6-9.
one is a 15 and the other is a 12.
Nice. Yeah, I think those are both gonna hit.
Oh,
it's an elk. I mean, it's not
It's a god.
Roll it.
And then it turns towards you. It's like, how dare you? You explode.
Okay, and that's
Oh yeah, I
been,
just have to roll damage too.
It has been cancelled.
and that's been this campaign.
Helga gets cancelled.
How much does the tracking though damage do? Because my short bow does a D6, but does a longbow do a D8? Is it a longbow? Is it a short bow?
I can't imagine it's a longbow. That would be pretty tedious to carry around for hunting. Short bow.
Okay, D6. That's not too bad. There's gonna be a 6 plus a 7.
Yeah, that'll get the elk. I mean, once again, it's a deer. It's not gonna. Yeah. So this elk, you step on a twig and it snaps, and so the elk whirls its head just to see as you sink a couple arrows into its neck, and I imagine you dispatch it pretty quick. And yeah, it's a young buck, and it's got a large set of pretty impressive antlers,
Hell yeah.
and it looks like it's gonna be kind of tedious to drag back to the road, but not
Yeah.
impossible.
I pick it up, haul it.
You're strong. You can lift those antlers and just kind of hoist it back to the road.
Yeah, I haul it, put it on Krevin's cart
Okay.
with a mighty thud as I guess Norman stares at Jared.
Yeah.
Jared's femur. That sounds wrong, Jared. the long femur Jared had.
This was going on during the day, so it could be at any time. Sweet. No,
Honestly, I hate that. Never do that again.
I also just fancy deer.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess so.
You're kind of what? I'm gonna go think.
Is he gonna identify something?
Is it?
I am
identified.
identifying something.
Oh wait, no, we said the 6 hour.
Yeah. We're
So
done.
as the 6 hour approach, you guys see a little settlement in the distance and drawing pretty quickly closer.
Okay, just
I think you guys are making pretty good pace. Yeah.
Just to clarify, I'm wearing my lead boots. It's fine.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Now they've tied you to Krevin. So
The Mage Slayer axe is not imbued.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is a little town called Pelamona on your maps.
What?
Pelamona.
Oh, okay.
And it's a pleasant-looking little community. As you roll towards it, you can see out on the kind of edge of the town, there's a good deal of small houses with nice little well-kept yards. And as you go further in, you can see little shops and a nice big tavern kind of lining the way.
Oh, what kind of shops do they have?
Kind of typical small-town shops. There's also a little souvenir shop.
Okay. Hell yeah, am I going in there?
Okay.
I go to this. Yeah, I head on over to the souvenir shop.
Okay, so you guys just packing up in the, it's like stopping in the middle of town?
Yeah, I stop.
Yeah.
I stop Krevin outside the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could still function while staring at this femur. So as I'm lugging this femur around, I would just like. go
You're just
with
holding it and walking around.
That's
I feel like I would not let you do that. I'm
You're
not letting you do that.
carrying it.
Here, sit. Just finish it up in the cart, okay? You remember last time, where people saw slightly magic things. It's not really welcomed in this area.
Enough. If any of you stumble upon like a journal or a book, I could, like an empty book I could write in the town, could you purchase it for me?
I will be going to the general store. I can see if I can find one for you.
Wait, do you pronounce it as purchase or purchase?
Purchase. Purchase.
Don't listen to
It's
her.
churches.
Purchase.
Okay.
Oh god,
Thank
we
you.
got accents. Oh god, I'm bleeding now. Oh no!
Oh
Oh
god.
Christ!
Sharon, what's happened?
What happened to James from Pokemon?
I'm sorry, it's the plague! Alright, there we go.
Okay.
I'm back, baby!
The local plague sweeping the area.
So, you're heading into the,
Just the general store.
okay. And you guys to the little tchotchke shop?
Yeah, we
Alright. So you guys, I'll get you guys first. Y'all stop the cart in front of the store and jump off, and, as you open the door, a little bell, like, tinkles, and,
Righteous.
you can hear, quiet music playing as you enter, then an abrupt, like, quack of a string, as someone plucks around, and then music stops, and you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't notice you come in. And, the person sitting behind the desk, sets down a lyre that they were clearly just plucking, and says, take a look around, everything's for sale.
Hell yeah.
And
I look around.
What's in there? We're looking around.
So, it's like kind of a tacky little shop. There's like a row of little snow globes,
Nice.
are clearly made with love, and they actually look pretty nice. But they say Pelamona at the bottom.
Oh, they have a
they've each got,
little tiny town in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like they've each got like a distinctive building. You recognize a general store from down the street. And you recognize a little chapel, which appears to be to Sorasis, as most things are around here. There is also like wind chimes that clearly look handmade, and a novelty broom set. Like
Yes!
a couple like it's like you'd guess it's like a joke playing off of like measuring spoons, but you don't really get the humor. It's just like a bunch of brooms that like get smaller and kind of nestle into one another, and that's evidently the whole gag. There's a bunch of little nesting dolls as well. There's actually, which is kind of funny considering like just general fantasy time period. There are like T-shirts that like have like these little Pelamona things on them, and there's like postcards that you could get, stuff like that. Just like you can ask, but if it's something you would find in a souvenir shop, it's probably there.
Could what's a fun thing? Can I find little socks with like Pelamona around the
Yeah. So
yeah.
you kind of push your way to the back of the shop. It's kind of a crowded little building, and there is like a clothing section, and there you see like the shirts hanging out, and there's like some novelty knitted scarves that say Pelamona. And yes, you do find some comfy looking socks among them.
Alright, I'm gonna pick those up. And okay, you know
500 gold.
you know when you go to like any like little convenience store and there's always like the spinny wheel with like $5 sunglasses?
Mhm.
Can I find like some aviators?
So,
We do know sunglasses exist because I'm wearing a pair right now.
yeah, I wouldn't say they're exactly a common item though. Like it's kind of a weird and outlandish thing that you are wearing.
That's fair.
So,
Aviators. Let's go.
so you're suddenly struck by this image, this image in your mind, and you're like, oh my god, I have an idea for a thing that would look so dope and so sweet and so tight. I need to know if they're here. And so you search your shop in a frenzy, but with no luck.
Mm.
You do find a little like rotating stand that appears to have kind of cheap little earrings on it though. So
Alright.
I would like to purchase one.
and also there's an orb of annihilation.
Time to touch that right now,
No.
baby.
No, there isn't, but
Oh, is there a beanie with a little pom-pom that says
Pelamona? Yeah,
I
there
would
is.
like to
I get
purchase
one
one
of
of their
those.
novelty scarves.
Okay,
I need a good scarf for the cold weather because I only own one coat.
so total that's gonna come out to about 1 gold. All your stuff,
Oh yeah.
That's
My
fine.
stuff or our stuff?
all of it together.
Okay.
Up to you to
Okay.
split that.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you guys, is that all you're getting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You leave the shop looking 100% more fashionable, and as you leave, that little bell rings again, and you can see the after the transaction is complete, the guy kind of like kicks back and picks up his lyre again. He's like, "Thanks for coming. Enjoy your stay in our beautiful community." And the door kind of closed with the tinkle of the bell.
I'm thinking the scarf is like. What color is the scarf that I just purchased?
Green and purple.
Yes!
Yes.
What are the socks and a hat?
You got them. They're both matching.
Nice.
So like, they're both it's kind of like red and white color.
Sweet.
They look dope. Make no mistake. What are you up to? What are you getting at the general store?
Can I get 2 2-gallon glass jugs?
Sure, yeah. So you roll up into the general store, and the lady looks up from the counter and is like, "Oh, hello!" And looks like confused as no one appears to have entered. And she like looks around and does a double take, and then like looks down at you on the floor. And she's like, "Oh, huh." She didn't notice. Like she was looking at eye level and didn't notice you come in. She's like, "Oh, hi. How can I help you?" She appears to be kind of taken aback. But
Hello.
hi.
Do you have 2-gallon glass jugs?
Oh yeah, glass jugs, yeah, totally. We generally don't put that kind of stuff on display, but if you come to the back, yeah. She walks into a storeroom behind the counter, and she like kind of like leans back out and gestures you in. And you run across that floor with your tiny little legs, and you see there's a
Mr.
variety.
Crab noise.
Where is that? Yeah, so she gestures you into the back, and it's kind of this nice rustic little storeroom. They've got like it's clearly like a kind of stock room, and that there's big like burlap bags of stuff lying about, and there is of course a bunch of like large chests, and you see these big glass jugs, and you can see the reason why she asked you to come in here instead of just pulling them out. She gestures and there's like there's a couple 2-gallon ones, but there's also a 4-gallon one and a 6-gallon one. So if you want to.
Just 2-gallon, please.
All right, so with kind of like, she like pulls each one down from where they are because they're big glass bottles, and kind of like rolls them across the floor towards the counter. She's like, "Is that gonna be it?"
Wait,
I don't know. I guess they have a handle, wouldn't they?
yeah. Like, how heavy are they? Because I'd imagine they'd be like 4 pounds of glass.
it's
Are they filled with
Or
water?
2-gallon is 2-gallon actually is not huge. I don't know why I was picturing I was picturing like those big ones that you put into like the office, like.
Oh, yeah.
No, 2-gallon isn't that big. Yeah, in that case, she just kind of pulls them down and sits them on the counter for you.
All right, and then would you happen to have like a journal, empty book, something like that?
Yeah, we got some lighters if you want. Here. And she paces over to the other side of the store, and she lifts up a couple like different leather-bound journals, and she's like, "Oh, which one?" There's like a pretty thick one and a kind of medium-sized one, real thin one.
Medium.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. And she tosses that on the counter along with your glass jugs.
Get a
So-
pencil or something. I don't know if no one has
Oh,
one.
that's a good idea. Yes.
I'm not here.
I know.
Never mind.
Jared's always
Jared's
in my
little
pocket.
spirit is like, "Get a pencil."
No, my conscience is in Jared's voice.
Oh, yeah. So,
We got one.
Do you have a pencil, ink pen?
pencils, yeah, we got pencils. And she, it's like, I got a pack of them if that's what you want. I don't know if we sell them by the each.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, she throws a pack on the counter. She's like, if you don't mind me asking, why are you passing through here? Sorry, that sounds judgmental. I don't know, I just don't see a lot of new people around here?
Well, we were just in Crenshaw trying to figure out what happened to all the disappearing people. We actually met like a demon horse. And ended up killing it. Here, wait just a second. I reach into my bag and I'm like, here's some of
So
like
she
the
kinda-
demon horse.
She kind of like goes on like a face journey. Oh, thank you. She kind of goes on like a face journey as you say that. Like you say Crenshaw, her face just immediately falls, and she looks like, oh yeah, that's a tough subject. And then you say demon horse, she's like, what? And you pull out the little ball, and she's like, what? And she's kind of like looking at it and like looking at different angles.
I feel like you can't just drop these truth bombs.
Yeah, you can just do that. What?
Well, so we traveled there to find what happened to like all the people who disappeared, right? Because that is like terrible. They disappeared.
Yeah.
Sadly,
no
they'd all been dead for a very long time. But we found out that about like 80 years ago, they made like a pact, I guess, with some like horse demon. And so we found these scripts that were like, sacrifice, and then we found they like sacrificed families and children in order to keep the like horse demon like satisfied, I guess. But then when they stopped doing it and Katie wasn't sacrificed, then all of a sudden...
Katie?
Well, yes, that was the name mentioned in the scrolls. But I think Katie was actually sacrificed. It was...
Just some-
Just a second, I pull out my notebook and I'm like,
It's just some person
It was
you met.
indicated that Katie wasn't being sacrificed.
Yeah, Katie was sacrificed, but
Or died somehow.
there was another mentioned name, but yeah, it's not important.
As you talk, she looks kind of like split, like she's trying to determine whether or not you're just making a weird, tasteless joke. But she's kind of looking at this nasty stuff in the bottle, and she's like kind of squinting at you. As she notices that you look a little like roughed up, as if you have recently been in a battle. She just kind of like looking at her, she's like, "Oh, all right." And she hands the bottle back. She's like, well, "I'm glad someone took care of that. That'll be 3 gold."
Well, actually, do you also have any some form of like tubing? Yes.
Like, we got some copper pipes.
I was
They're
thinking
gonna-
more like flexible tubing.
Like a waterproof fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, and she's like kind of like glancing at you warily now. Like she doesn't really like the vibes you're putting out, but she
Mom always told me people would like me if I told the truth.
This small lady just dropped some truth bombs with some rancid vibes.
Yeah.
Plastic might not exist, but by God.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like kind of a farming section, like farming supplies, and she can like get you like about 50 feet of this like kind of waxed like burlap, like this like waterproof like fabric tubing.
Do you know anybody in town who would be able to work with this, like make it in a certain shape?
What exactly are you looking for?
Well, let me see. I will draw a picture. I'm looking for a plastic tubing that would kind of go like this.
Plastic?
Like.
Plastic means flexible.
Yeah, a flexible tubing that would kind of go like that, and then it would be like very long over here.
Well, that doesn't transfer over on
Like a kind of wishbone shape.
yes.
Not me personally. If you go to a tailor, they might have that kind of skill. My advice would be to go and ask around at the bar. That sounds weird, but that's where a lot of people kind of congregate after a day of working. So if there's someone that in town that could do that for you, that's probably where you're gonna find them.
All right.
Or hey, why don't you check the bulletin board? And she points at this like what it looks like some kind of community bulletin board at the just I guess she can't really point out. She's like, it's on the front of the store. I don't know if you noticed it when you're coming by. I can get you like a chair to stand on.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, well
How much would the 50 feet be? Might be.
it's not super expensive. It's like I think 1 gold for 25 feet. So
All right.
it's not exactly easy to make. So
25 feet would be sufficient.
oh yeah, we can cut it for you. Okay.
All right.
And she like kind of like finds a roll of it and cuts off your desired length and hands it over.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's see. Do you also have any like large belts? I guess.
A belt, like for clothes? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe something more sturdy if you have it. I don't know. More like hugs.
Yeah, no, we got like nice belts. Yeah, sure, for like
Penelope
towers and
gets
shit.
into bondage.
So, yeah, I mean, like a belt's gonna be, that's like a couple silver.
Okay.
You assume
It's a
Penelope
belt.
has never tried before. She is an avid.
Okay, if anybody in the street
bondage.
does bondage, it's Norman.
Wait a minute!
Norman likes to telepathically transfer to you, like, what's bondage?
Oh no!
No, that doesn't happen. Anyway,
Well, hey, it's not like Norman would remember.
yeah, no, you can get a leather belt, that's not much.
Okay, let's see. Do you have a carpenter in town?
Yeah, I mean, of
I'd
cource.
imagine so, yes. Okay. Alright.
Once again, I check out on the bulletin board, sometimes people like put up like little flyers advertising their services.
Alright, thank you very much. I hand her 4 gold, 2 silver.
Yeah, thank you. You want to hand carry all that out to your cart?
It will take me a couple trips, I'd appreciate the help, yes.
Okay, yeah, she kind of like loads big glass jugs in her arms, and she like kind of picks up the belt. And you all make your way over to the cart where Norman is sitting.
Norman!
And Norman, are you still just staring at this weird opalescent giant femur?
Has the 6th hour passed?
No.
Then yes.
So she kind of like looks she's like.
I'm
friend
not that
alright?
card, I'm this one over here. And I point to my alpaca.
Okay. It's like, oh, all right. She kind of like helps load stuff in the saddlebags.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, I don't know where you want me to put the jugs.
I like hop up on them and start like tying them to the side.
Okay, yeah. It's like, well, yeah, thanks for dropping by and come back if you need anything else. Sounds like you guys are on quite the adventure.
Oh, I'm not with them.
Sounds like she kind of like looks you up and down. Like you're on quite the adventure. Best of luck, and I hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you.
I feel like this is the part where Jared and Helga make it back to kind of the cart with like decked out with our awful stuff.
Oh yeah, actually standing there, you guys come back and just bundled in this like Pelamona merch. Like, yo,
Hey Penelope, look at these socks.
I just got the scarf, check it out! This is not the right season for scarves, but I love it.
It's getting cold out.
yeah,
Hey, it's a little nippy, that's fine.
I cover my face with my small hand.
He's like, well, I'll leave you and your friends to your business.
All right,
Back to the
thank
general
you.
store.
I go to the bulletin, but you can go to other people for now.
Okay, so you look at this bulletin board and you notice something a little interesting.
I'm with.
Yeah, I'm also.
Okay, you guys all like kind of wander over. I like to imagine you're maybe standing on Jared's shoulder
Oh, yeah.
and you're like kind of like
We all won now.
I'll
Yeah.
do everything.
yeah, like leaning against his head. He's always kind of casual, like over to walk over to look at it. You guys notice something really strange. So it's a kind of normal community bulletin. There's a lot of like little flyers, advertising services. So it's like big and grandiose, it's like building a house. There's mundane as like babysitting, and it's just this kind of quaint town community board. Except for this giant poster that has been plastered over almost everything on the board. And on it says, "The Hand of God. Inquiries and information wanted." And beneath that, it's got, what you can see as a, like some kind of, how would I say it, coat of arms, almost, that you recognize as the military seal of the neighboring nation of Calce. And beneath it says, "Calce's Military Arcana Division wants your help." And beneath it, there's a couple lines of like this dense text. And it says like, and there's something to the tune of, I didn't like write out specifically, but something to the tune of like, we're looking for any information that you may have heard on the Hand of God, the Kingmaker, the Light of Salvation, etc., etc., etc. Like, anything, no matter how strange, like, no matter how menial it may seem, we are looking for anything you have. And it's got, at the bottom, it's got, like, a bunch of little, like tabs cut that you can, like, clearly rip off. And one's been ripped away. And, it's got, just, like, essentially, like, what just appears to be, not an address, but a location.
Is there any room numbers on there?
It's not a room number, no. And you recognize this location as a town, a couple towns down, called Zenith.
With my knowledge of geography, is this within Melanesian borders?
It is, yes.
With my knowledge of, no, never mind, I don't have much knowledge on that.
With the road that we're taking, does it seem like we'll end up?
You will pass by Xena.
All right. I think maybe let's.
When I say a couple towns down, it's like the next major town. There's like a couple of small settlements.
Well, I guess if we're there, we might as well look around. But I don't plan on telling them anything.
Would
We're
it?
the ones looking for
Well,
this.
maybe we could kind of scooch some information out of them.
Oh, sure, but I guess we need to tell them some bullshit, huh?
I was thinking.
I think actually it'll be a very good idea.
Yeah, we could just be like, I heard that the hand of God was in, name me a stupid town. Maybe like the fuck all of towns.
Gumbus?
That's canon.
That's canon
That's
now.
canon.
And it's the armpit of the world.
Yeah, that's for the stupidest of towns.
Yeah.
It's Gumbus.
Mm-hmm. You know, say that the hand of God is in Gopus or some shit. Just so we can force those military bastards to go over there. You feel me?
Thinking, would the Kalsa, wait, what was
Kalsey.
it?
Kalsey.
Okay, would it be like a
Like
violation? Would it be a violation of like national relations for Kalsey's arcane military division to be settled in one of the towns in Nalamis looking for information on the hand of God?
It seems pretty outlandish to you. Like, it's like, that's not something that would strike you as normal.
It's very
in universe.
forward play.
Yeah.
And also, there's not a lot of details about the military arcana division itself on this, so you don't know, like, how many people this entails.
That feels like a human trafficking scam of some kind.
I do feel like it is some form of trap. It might be like another group of adventurers looking for information and posing as like a military arcana division.
Yes, but I don't particularly want to get involved with that. It just feels a little too
Well, I think
convenient.
it sounds like it would be a good place to check out. Like, I mean, we don't really have any other, leads right now. We're just gonna kind of wander around until we find something. So, I mean, if there's a big sign that says Hand of God, might as well check it out.
And then, as if you were in a sitcom, you guys all turn back to the poster in unison, and at the bottom line of text, you now notice it says, substantial monetary reward for credible information.
Yeah, I think we should
let's
definitely
go
go
check
down
that
there.
out.
I'm gonna have one of these.
Okay, yeah.
What's the town's location?
Zenith, and it is further down the road.
Well,
If you just keep going the direction you're going, you'll eventually come across it.
We'll pass that by there anyway.
Until then,
Do you want
keep
to-
in mind that there is a nice tavern in town, and there are a couple advertisements for what you were originally looking for, like a kind of like a tailor or just general workman under.
Well,
Wanna just go into the tavern? I'll get us a couple rooms.
Is there a specific place for a carpenter on the Bolton?
Yeah. I
Can
mean,
I go there?
someone's advertising their work. Okay. So, the place that's advertised is not actually a store, but someone's home, like a home address. So, are you just going alone, or will these fools go to the tavern?
Okay.
Okay, Jared. In that case, Helga, are you just hitting the tavern?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm staying in the wagon.
Yeah, I'd say you only have another 15, 20-ish minutes before you're done.
I'm starting
I like-
the timer.
Yeah, I like to think it's kind of starting to get darker around you, so you just stare at it determinedly. But I mean, game time does not translate to real life time. I won't start
Oh,
timer
good.
power. Okay, just make. No, Norman whips out and starts a timer in game. But
Norman starts counting one.
Norman, inventor of the timer. But
you pull out your sundial.
yeah. So it
What
doesn't.
time is it? It is cloudy.
Yeah. So it doesn't take you guys too long to make your way across the more residential area of town and locate this house. Are y'all heading in?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not heading in. It's sitting in someone's house and they live there.
Honestly, I wanna go with them.
I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
There's always more time. So you guys are eventually come to a kind of lovely looking cottage little house. In the more residential area of town. It's got a little flower box that's kind of mounted under the house's window. And it's just
What are the flowers that are in there?
what?
What flowers are in there?
Pink. And there's
Yeah.
it's a kind of less tidy, more short but natural looking lawn growing around it. It's just this lovely little pastoral house. And there's some wind chimes that Jared, you would recognize as the same ones that were for sale in that little tchotchke shop, hanging by the door and ringing out a gentle hello as you guys enter.
Why didn't you buy the ring chimes and just like hang them from you while you float?
I considered that, but I couldn't. Like, morally.
Sure.
You guys ring the doorbell?
Yeah. Alright, I got a doorbell?
No, I guess it would be a knock going in. Yeah. So after 3 knocks, you hear kind of like hustling going on inside the house, and the curtains of one of the windows are drawn back. You can see a middle-aged woman, like kind of like crane her neck and look at you, and like kind of like hustle to the door and like opens like, hello.
Hello. I saw your poster on the bulletin about your carpentry skills.
Oh yeah, come right in. Thank you. Yeah, and she's like, and kind of like takes in the strangeness of the scene. Jared, you've got stark white hair. You're wearing what appear to be sunglasses and also a lab coat. You're a tiny little person wearing pajamas.
And I'm honest now.
Yeah, and she's like,
In the 7-foot.
sure, come right in.
I look like a little child.
Do I have to duck to enter the house?
Oh, forgot you're here too. Yeah,
I'm also here.
You have to duck there from this.
and a fucking 7-foot tall warrior woman. She kind of looks at it. She's like, yeah, all of you, come on in. And she kind of gestures you inside. You do have to duck just a little to come into the house. She gestures you towards what appears to be some sort of sitting room. She's like, yeah, take a seat. I'll be with you in just a second. And it's just this quaint and beautiful little household.
Sweet.
You guys take a seat, I imagine.
Good.
She hustles off and then comes back real quick with tea, and she's like, I'll be back in a second. She presses it on the table.
What tea is it?
Good.
Okay.
Excellent.
Nice little biscuits.
It's actually poison. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can see it's like a cute house, and like the longer you're here, the more you realize like, oh, this is probably a family home because there's a little children's drawings, which would be like kind of like on a couple surfaces. There's little simple wooden toys strewn about.
I'm imagining this house right now. This person, they own 2 cats.
They own 2 cats.
Thank you for this
In the
mind.
yard.
Thank you for this mind painting.
Of course. And then she rushes back and she's like, sorry, I had to take something out of the oven.
Can I have a big whiff in?
Yeah.
Can I smell?
Yeah, it smells like someone's making a pot roast or something. That's nice. And she she's like, oh, where are my manners? Sorry. And she sticks out her hand to shake each of your guys' hand in turn. And she kind of looks at you for a second, Penelope, and then just kind of gives it a tentative little shake. She's like, I'm Sasha Peregrine, and if you guys are looking for a carpenter, well, yeah, I'm your woman.
I'm Helga, it's Penelope, and this is Jared.
Hello. It's good to meet you guys. Fresh faces around here. Are you guys just passing through?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a lovely town you have here.
Yeah, it's I lived here all my life, and then
You have a very lovely home. I mean,
oh, thank you. I try to keep it in order. And then, as if on cue, you hear from another room, and this little child sprints into the room and makes a sharp 90 and sprints through the door. And then just feet behind you, imagine what is probably his older sister holding a big a fake little child's wooden sword and going just sprints through following him, and they run through the house and hear a little crash, and then you hear the back door open. It's sorry, it's yeah. She's like, sorry, kids. You know how kids are. And she looks a little stressed, but she's like, yeah, sorry, where were I? Where were we? Sorry. Where were I?
Yeah.
I would like to commission you for probably simple work for a woman of your talent.
Yeah, what you looking for?
It's just a box, but it has these dimensions and it has a very specific curve.
Read the dimensions out loud.
So it's 6 inch by 8 inch bottom and then 12 inch up. Probably, it's gone. Probably 3 centimeters thick or something.
I think it was 2.
Well, no, so it's 3 centimeters thick-ish, walls, and then there's the curve on the back piece.
Wait, what does the curve look like?
I lost it. I lost the picture. Somewhere here.
Maybe I
deleted it.
Cool. Absolute muppet.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Back. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah,
Can you make it out of bamboo?
Yeah, I love to, but I'm afraid we don't have those kind of supplies around here. If you brought some with you, if you want, I could make it out of. This is gonna sound weird. There's this. So I've been doing carpentry for a while, and I've recently been trying some harder stuff. And she kind of like walks into another room. And she comes back with what appears to be like a slat of wood that's made from like this kind of like braided, almost like. Think of how a woven placemat looks. Like these kind of braided pieces of like thin wood. She's like, this is I could do something like this. I could give that a shot. If what you're looking for is kind of that consistency.
I need like lightweight and strong is what I'm looking for.
Well, this should do the trick.
Alright. Then yeah, that would be.
Are you guys staying the night in town?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we'll have to see you by tomorrow morning if I really get going on it.
How much would it be, first of all?
Well, something like that. Just kind of like looks at like the panel. She just pulled out. It's like, not gonna lie, this isn't super easy. If you want me to do solid wood, I can do about 5 gold. This is probably gonna be around 10.
I can pay that. No, I can work with that.
Yeah.
So, how much do you think it will weigh?
Something like that. In game, I'm terrible at estimating weight, so I don't know if I could be much help you there. Out of game, it'd be negligible.
Difference from bamboo?
It's about the same.
Okay.
It's like thin woven wood.
Alright. Yes.
Should be strong enough. It's like think about dropping a wicker basket. It's not gonna break. It's got some give to it.
Do you want all of it up front or half now?
Half now, half later would be good.
Alright.
I gotta ask. This is a pretty specific project. And she's like kind of holding a little sketchy. And she's like, "What's this for?"
A project.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Excuse my friend for her vagueness. No, I have a cousin who is making this little box. Well, we're not making, I guess.
I guess
But,
not. Then I'd be out of a job.
Commissioning.
We're commissioning a little box, and she wanted something that looked nice, so we designed it ourselves.
She kind of squints at you, but she's like, "Yeah, all right, okay." And she kind of like steps back, and she looks at the three of you just sitting at her little table. She's like, "This is gonna sound rude. Why are you all passing through? I haven't really seen anyone as, I'm gonna be real, as eccentric looking as you coming through, and quite, well, I guess that's not entirely true. Yeah, you're not the first strange visitors we've had here in the recent couple of weeks."
I like to invoke rustic hospitality.
Oh, yeah.
Or from my folk hero background.
Yeah, okay.
She would know my greatness as a pro fighter in the large.
That's not how that works,
Damn
but
it.
alright. It's more about your positive vibes.
Yeah, you fit in with commoners.
Yeah, so in that case, never mind. She looks at you guys, and then she like kind of like looks back at Helga, and she's like,
Also, I do have.
This seems like an intimidating yet folksy and down-home person. She kind of relaxes. She's like,
Also, I do exude the most like
Rancid vibes.
aristocratic energies.
yeah, you have nasty vibes. Which is funny, because you're not an aristocrat. Like,
Well, no.
to your knowledge, you are not an
You know.
aristocrat. But yeah. But no, you definitely have those vibes.
You feel me.
No one can say where you got them, but by God, they're there.
Yeah.
So, she kind of looks over the three of you and she's like, yeah, we've had, I guess, no shortage of interesting characters come through lately.
On that note, I was wondering, there's the big sign out there that's like,
There's a big sign up
up
there.
So, it seems kind of a blatant, like, disrespecting the borders, because, like, God, I'm not gonna get that town name correct.
Judith?
No, sorry,
Biblical?
her name.
Calcite.
Calcite.
This is my daughter, Kelsey.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yes.
she's late for water polo practice.
Because Calcite is a neighboring nation, but to be like set up as a military occupation as neighboring in the town of Naunis seems strange to me.
She's like, I know rustic hospitality. Don't worry, I had it during the last campaign. But so she kind of like Like takes a deep breath. She's like, yeah, no, it was something. So, and she kind of like looks like lost in thought. She's like, it looks like she's gonna tell you the story. She like leans in and she takes a seat at the table. She's like, the weirdest thing happened like a couple weeks ago. And this is gonna sound judgmental again. I'm sure you guys have seen some pretty weird stuff, but this was just strange. Weird stuff doesn't happen in Pelamona, but this was like. So I normally wake up around, I'm gonna say 6, when the cocks start crowing and it's like the sun's starting to come up, and I just like start making breakfast or doing work. But I was woken up at 4:30 in the morning, along with everyone else in the town, by this and she kind of like thinks about what she's gonna say. She's like, there's this trumpet. This is huge trumpet noise just blasting. And I was like, sat right up in bed, and my husband, God knows he doesn't wake easy, was also just kind of startled. And my kids start like shouting in the other room because they're sure that something exciting's going on. So now I have to deal with that, but I make my way to the front window, and there is what I could only describe as a procession coming into town. There's like all these people in these like official looking clothes, with this huge, I don't think, it wasn't silver, but it looked silvery, this big, like, these silvery wagons. And, like, I don't know, they looked so official. And there was, on the side of one of them, there was that big crest that they got on the poster, the calcite crest. And, there was, those trumpets kept playing, and I went outside, and everyone else on the street was also going outside to look at what was happening. And there was this guy with a megaphone, and he looked like he was dressed up real fancy, and he had like this it looked like a military uniform. He had this megaphone, and he said, I would appreciate it if you all could convene in the town square in roughly 10 minutes. And they continued on through town towards the town square, and I didn't know what to make of it, but whatever it was, I wasn't going to miss out on it. And my kids were begging me to go, but I clearly didn't want that, so I made them stay at home with my husband, and I got my big coat on, and sorry, this probably sounds weird. This sounds far-fetched, but I swear it happened exactly like this. No, I believe you. Go on. So I head out, and I meet up with my friend Cindy, who lives right across the street, because she's got no idea what's going on either. But we're following this big procession of these like well-groomed horses and these like weird silvery wagons. And, there's a lot of people that were dressed kind of like you, Steve Jared. Like, those, like, fancy white coats. And so we all just kind of, like, they assemble in the town square, and the rest of us kind of just crowd around, because what else we're going to do? And this guy just, like, gives what I could only describe as a speech. And he called himself General Astor. He called himself a general. And he said they were looking for any information on the hand of God. Now I don't really know what they were talking about exactly, but they said there was something big and important and powerful, and that they needed us to help find it, but none of us really knew what they were looking for. So they stayed in town for another day or two, probably, just interviewing everyone. And I mean everyone. Like, one of them came knocking at my door, same as you would. There was this, like, nervous-looking little guy in this white coat, same as you. And he called himself, Dr. Roman, I don't know, Dr. something. And he was asking me if I had seen anything strange. And I had to tell him the strangest thing I had seen in the past couple months was him. But he just, like, he asked my kids, he asked my husband. They were leaving no stone unturned. I don't know exactly what it is they were looking for, but dear God, they were looking for it.
Would you be able to estimate like the number of the force? Just general, like, under...
No fewer than 20, probably.
Okay.
Hundreds, no. This wasn't an army. This was like, I'd say probably around 30, 40 tops. It was a big group. But I think I don't know if there were more people in the wagons I didn't see, but like big cover wagons. They looked like fancy. I don't know, Pelamona's a quiet town, and we don't get a lot of that kind of stuff happening around here, so this was just bizarre.
How close is the Palisade border to Pelamona?
Not very close.
Not very.
So it's kind of bizarre that they would.
Yeah, Palisade is kind of across the mountains.
You should just raid the whole caravan and kill anyone.
Yeah. It's cool. I'm a doctor, it's fine.
That sounds a lot easier than
Did
talking.
this kind of feel like coercion? Like, no,
Oh,
you
no,
didn't
I mean-
really.
This is gonna sound weird. They never felt aggressive. Like I didn't think they were going to attack anyone. They were just insistent. Like they were looking for information and they were looking for it hard.
And then also.
I don't know what it is they were looking for exactly, but they seemed in an awful hurry to find it.
The sign that they put there, one of the little address things was taken. You know who took it.
But I can't say.
Alright.
The bigger plot twist is that one of them pulled it off just to make it like.
Well, this had been used.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was like I hope that they find it. They were nice enough people. It was just a lot. And then her kids like run back into the room, like same as they were doing before, like chasing each other with swords, like the little fake one swords. And she's like, "Stop that, you two!" And they kind of like stand there like dejectedly, and they're like, "All right." And she's like, and they kind of like wander off in that chair. She's like, "Those two love the people." Oh my god, I think it's just because it's a little boring around here, but like all that loud noise and all those fancy people in their military uniforms, I did not get sleep for days. These kids were so excited. I can only thanks their asses that they moved on.
Alright, well, thank you very much for your, story. It was nice.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent there.
No, that's alright.
I'll have your box done by morning. I can get started on it now. I got an
Thank you
empty
very
day.
much.
Anytime, yeah.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah, thank you for your help. Thank you for the tea. That was very good.
Yes, I have not had a good brew in a very long time.
Well, glad to hear it.
Helga has an exquisite one. Try. It's purple and I don't know what it does. And it explodes when it
When
falls.
to air.
Falls few stories.
So,
That's fine.
y'all get it up to leave? So
Yeah.
as you make your way to the door, she's kind of like waving you goodbye and like looking behind you. Jared, she like kind of like looks and she notices your weird, like bizarre looking lead shoes. And she kind of like glances you over and she's like, you kind of see her shrug to herself and you're like, well, see you guys tomorrow.
It's a
We should
fashion
all-
statement. My feet are broken.
We should probably get like a better set of weapons for you.
How? If I take them off, I'll just.
You also have lead in your jacket.
Do I?
Yes.
How come you haven't died from that?
That's what-
I guess, never mind.
No.
What?
No.
Sure.
Nope, just the boots.
Yeah. We need a copper to get better shoes.
Nah.
I'm Ryan Smith. I
What would a
have good
peach
shoes.
cobbler do?
Okay.
I think I have to kill you.
Yeah, so I head to the tavern. Well, I guess you guys want to head to the tavern.
Sure thing. Norman. While these people have been busy commissioning a local artisan, you've been staring at a bone. This is taking you longer than the other things, which just feels like, I'm not sure what it is, but there's something about this element seems to be resisting you.
I've concentrated on this for a goddamn hour. I want my information.
Mm-hmm.
You don't always get what we want, Norman.
Mm-hmm.
I attempted that with Jared. This thing I'm not backing down.
But eventually you feel something within it just kind of give up, and you get the information you want. So the series of words that hit you is a staff of resonance, and mechanics wise, all you get currently is that it is a +1 staff, so it's like +1 to all attacks. But you also get the vibe that that's not all it is, but it's all it is at present. You feel there's some kind of like presence like attached to it that you need to earn the respect of, if that makes sense. This thing will work greater wonders for you in the future, but as it stands, that's all it does.
Alrighty.
Cool.
I suppose we should.
Wait, you fools aren't here. That's while you guys were
Oh.
at the Peregrine household.
Okay.
Norman, you just kind of finished like looking up and you're like staring at it and you just kind of like shake your head as you kind of like get your information. And then you hear from the ground here, Miss, are you alright? And,
I haven't noticed her coming with my good perception though.
you were lost in thought. I'm gonna say you can't really look or focus on anything else when you're identifying.
You're
Um,
bubble.
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 Okay.
Bubble.
This identify is like way worse than like a regular identify. It costs more side points and it requires me to concentrate for an hour.
I mean,
this seems pretty darn OP, so I think I deserve it.
Yeah, you do.
so you hear this voice like, Miss, are you okay? And you turn and there's this teenage girl. You'd wager around probably between 15 and 19. And she's looking up at you and she looks a little concerned.
So hello there, young miss. How
Hi.
may I help you?
She kind of looks like, I was thinking about helping you. You look really sick. Are you okay? And she noticed she's like, sorry, this is gonna sound weird. I was over there, and she points at a nearby like little cafe-looking restaurant. And she's like, I was sitting there with my friend, and I looked out the window, and you were sitting in your car. And I was like, all right. And like half an hour later, my friend left, and so I got up to leave, and I noticed you were still there sitting in your cart in the exact same position. And I don't know. I just came to ask what you're up to, but you don't look good. Are you doing all right?
Well, I'm as healthy as I possibly could be.
Roll deception.
But is this a lie though?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think it's a lie though, because
Is it?
because
Okay, I guess you didn't say I'm healthy. You said I'm healthy as I possibly could be. Yeah, fair point.
and things I rolled really low, so it was a 4 on deception.
Yeah.
So that went through. I'm in big trouble.
Wow, I should have taken a bite of food right before I was about to respond.
Oh, yeah.
you fool, you sick fool.
She took a bite of her cafe food.
Yeah.
Like a croquette or some shit.
And she's carrying a baguette, a whole baguette that she's eating like piece by piece.
Let's do it.
She's like, this is gonna sound really weird, but do you have anywhere to stay?
I have a whole bunch of friends or I can say companions that I'm adventuring with.
Wow, okay.
Okay. Colleagues.
Acquaintances.
I'm not quite sure which of the two. I'd like to think that we're friends, but I'm not 100% sure that they're friendly with me.
Jared loves you, Norman.
So the girl looks at you kind of concerned now.
However, I'm 100% sure that they will find rooms in an inn and come back and tell me.
She said unconvincingly.
Yeah. Listen, if this is like your pride talking right now, trust me, it's cool. I've been in weird situations too. But like, if you need a place to spend the night, hell, I'm sorry, this is weird. I don't even know you, but if you need like food or something, I'm more than willing to help you out.
The strongest of my 3 companions managed to hunt down an elk earlier, so I think I'm
That is
good
in the
for
card.
the night.
It is in the cart. She kind of like sees the antler sticking up above the edge of the cart. It's like, okay, well, all right. She doesn't know. It looks like she knows how to process the situation right now.
Why are we the worst group of
However,
assholes?
a little bit of water would be appreciated.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And she wanders back into that cafe shop real quick, and she comes back out with what looks like a cup of water, and she hands it up to you. Oh my god!
I was not expecting that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name's Alyssa, and Alyssa Peregrine, and if you need a hand, my family is pretty big in this town, and like it wouldn't be hard for me to find you a room if you need to stay the night somewhere.
I have confidence in my friends / compatriots.
or compatriots. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that.
Compatriots. She looks kind of confused.
Okay. Thank you for that insight. My name is Norman, normal man.
With that, she just kind of like squints at you, just unashamedly, just kind of like.
Should I roll
Excuse
persuasion?
me.
I mean, that's your
Roll
name.
flat charisma.
Flag charisma check. 4.
Oh my god.
It's
Drops
very
the
good.
Norman line. She's like, all right, well, I'll see you around, Norman. And she kind of takes a cut back from you and like kind of walks slowly back to the cafe, just kind of like glancing over her shoulder at you.
Have a nice day.
He said
Yeah,
like
you
a normal
too.
man.
At night.
That's fine.
Yeah, you too. All right, bye. You can see her kind of like walk back off quickly towards that residential section of town. Y'all making your way back?
Yes.
We get to that nasty tavern.
We're back at normal.
Wait,
No.
wait,
No.
no.
I put the cart up right outside the tavern.
Oh, yeah, you
Oh,
did.
no, it's outside the shop.
No, that's not
It's kind of pretty close. It's like
Outside the
before her.
tavern?
And then
Do
you walk.
I see them like
Like,
walking
fight
towards
you.
the tavern?
We have recorded evidence of
I
Yeah.
think you might have said outside the tavern, and then I was like, so you're outside the couch.
Yeah.
That might be my bad, but.
But I'm going off what the DM says, because the DM
They're
is
close.
well.
It's not a big
I'll
difference. Yeah,
stab
Norman
you.
is in eyesight from the
Do I see them like outside the tavern?
yeah.
We are right next to you. Yes.
Okay, so I'll figure out what they say. Compatriots.
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 That's a weird way to address your friends, but okay.
Yeah, I thought we were friends, yeah.
Okay, nice to know to have that clarification.
No, and if you don't want to be our friends,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
okay.
we can
I
just be
mean,
colleagues,
sure.
that's
I'm
fine.
happy to know that we are friends.
I'm perfectly fine being acquaintances, even after, we saved your life in that weird 3,000-year-old dungeon
Yeah, that was something, that was a lot.
twice.
Okay.
But okay.
I deserve that sarcasm.
No, what sarcasm? I'm not saying any sarcasm right now.
Somebody sounds bitter.
Okay. Well, something interesting happened. After I was finishing identifying that, what was it called again? Staff of
Resonance.
Staff of Resonance, a little miss came up to me. She was called Alyssa Peregrine, and she wanted to help me. Of course, I politely refused, saying I have utmost confidence in my companions. I guess friends.
We're friends.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we actually met, I assume her mother.
Some kind of relation.
One of the peregrines, one of the falcons. She's the local carpenter.
Oh, what a nice little coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it pronounced acquaintance or
You
coincidence?
keep saying things right the first time, Norman. I mean, you're good. You're surprisingly good.
Yes, tapestry.
Stop
Coincidence.
Oh, that would hurt.
Stop,
That would hurt a lot.
self-doubting yourself. You're doing good at this.
Hmm.
I don't know what's up with you, but you're doing fine.
But I royally messed up with tapestry.
Oh yeah, no, that one was disgusting, and I will never forgive you. But
Yeah, that was.
no, let's go inside because it's cold.
So y'all have So Norman hacking coffee in the cold evening air. Y'all proceed into the Pelamona Tavern. No, brusquely named Pelamona Tavern.